Hey, it's me. Sometimes we talk about consciousness like it's separate from energy, like they're two different things, when they're not. Consciousness creates energy, and energy always carries some kind of consciousness with it, even if we don't always see it that way. Thought is energy, and we feel it. Every single thought has a feeling behind it, even the ones that seem flat or mechanical. Maybe especially those. They might seem cold or disconnected. There's still something underneath, though. Sometimes it's fear, sometimes it's anxiety, sometimes it's self hate. That kind of thought still affects the body, it still moves something in us. On the other hand, pure abstract thought, the kind that comes from a calm, open place, brings peace. There's joy in it. There's a kind of quiet understanding. It touches on something bigger than the personal I. But when thought comes from fear or from ego, it closes us off. It's filled with tension and mistrust. It blocks the flow of life inside us. Desire is one of those tricky things, too. Sometimes it's full of ego, pride, control, and we're told we should aim for a state of desirelessness. But if there's no desire at all, nothing would move. No growth, no seeking, no change. So the question isn't whether desire is good or bad. It's what kind of desire it is. What's underneath it. That's how we move past black and white thinking. That's how we shift from confusion into clarity. And here's something that may sound strange at first, but stay with me. Even objects have consciousness. Even a rock, a chair, a machine. It might be a kind of sleeping consciousness, but it is there. It's not the same as human awareness. There's still some life in it, some kind of knowing though. Scientists already agree there's energy in matter. What they haven't quite said yet is that consciousness is there too. Think about a favorite object of yours. Maybe it's a car or a piece of jewelry or a mug you drink tea from every day. You care for it. It works well for you. That relationship matters. There's a kind of communication going on. You might not think about it that way, but it's real. We impress our energy on things, and they respond in their own limited way. So what we call dead or inanimate isn't truly dead. It's just slowed down energy. Slowed down so much it looks still. But deep in the center of it, there's a little bit of consciousness, always trying to return to its source, always trying to serve, to be part of something meaningful. The separation we feel from objects, from others, even from ourselves, is just a surface level thing. Underneath it, everything is connected. All life, all matter, all energy, held together by one big web of consciousness. And we move through different stages in that web. The first stage is slumber, a kind of sleep where the being doesn't know it exists. Plants, minerals, animals, they grow, they change, but they don't reflect on it. They follow an inner pattern. There's no I that's aware of being alive. Still, something intelligent put those patterns there, something conscious. Then comes self-awareness. That's where we are as humans. We can say, I am. We can think about our thoughts, make choices, take responsibility. We know our actions matter. But even here, there are levels. Some people barely recognize their own power. Others are deeply aware. There's a huge range. And then there's the third state. And that's what we might call universal or cosmic consciousness. That's beyond personal self-awareness. It's the kind of awareness that knows itself in everything. It's not, I exist. It's, all is one. Time disappears. There's no past or future, just presence, just being with full knowing. We start out without self-awareness. We climb into it. And if we keep going, we rise beyond it into a new kind of innocence, one that includes power, clarity, and peace, not from avoiding pain, from walking through it. There's a reason this process takes time. If we had full power while still in a state of inner conflict or hidden hatred, we could hurt ourselves and others. So part of the protection is that when we're not ready, our perception is limited. We don't see clearly, not because life is punishing us, but because it's wise, because it knows that we're not ready to hold yet. If you're in pain, if you're confused, if something feels off, chances are there's something you're choosing not to see. Not out of laziness or weakness, out of fear. We all do it. That fear creates tension. It builds a kind of negative field around the thought. If we can shift even a little from, I don't want to see, to, I'm willing to see, something opens. The field softens. A bit of light gets in. You don't need to figure it out all at once. Just take the next honest step. Ask yourself, what am I feeling right now? What am I thinking? What am I choosing? That's the work. That's how self-knowing grows. And as you grow into that, you begin to understand others too. You stop getting thrown off by their negativity. You see what's really happening underneath, and that helps you stay steady. Eventually, a deeper kind of knowing begins to stir. Not mental knowledge, not dry facts. A kind of quiet, full body understanding. A knowing that brings peace. A knowing that fills you with awe. That kind of knowledge connects the pieces. It softens conflict. It brings a different way of seeing, a kind of wonder. It doesn't come all at once. It comes more often the deeper you go. It comes especially when you help others, when you show up with an open heart. And over time, you start to sense something even deeper. Cosmic knowledge, a timeless awareness that doesn't belong to just you. It belongs to everything. You feel it in your bones, in the silence between thoughts, in the stillness beneath experience. That's not something you can chase. It's something you grow into by being honest, by choosing to see what's real, by turning toward your own inner life with kindness and clarity. Every thought matters. Every attitude matters. They shape your field. They shape what you experience. So if something feels off, instead of blaming life or fate or others, come back and ask, what thought shaped this? What attitude is active right now? The more you do this, the more life opens, the more peace you feel. And eventually, the more you'll remember the light is always there. You're never separate from it. You've just been learning how to see again. Love you. Connect soon.